Hi, it's the 20th of March, finally the first day of the spring equinox, and we're here at London Speakers Corner for the potentially huge first protest of the season. Now, Piers Corbyn is speaking over here. The police are kind of letting him speak at the moment. They're looking quite light-handed at the moment, the police. I think they're just letting him speak and then they're going to move, but let's see. Let's see what's happening.
The big car wants to extend the ultra-low emission zone to the north and south circular road. That is 18 times the current area. Now the effect of this, because it means people with just Luton vans, which they're deemed too old, they won't be, their businesses will be trashed. Because they have to pay 12 quid or whatever every day to drive around. It's an impossibility. The second thing is people driving to avoid the congestion zone, or rather the new ULEZ, will drive all around the North and South Circular. They could drive 50% further, typically 20% increase in journeys. That means more pollution. So get it clear. So deep times extension doesn't mean to control pollution, it's to control you! It's to smash up businesses and give a free hand to the mega corporations to take over and re-employ you at crack down low, very low wages without rights. They want to enslave the world population because the prices are poverty,
Now this might be just a very early suggestion, but
Guys, unless you've got press cards, be pleased to swear.
hello Ashley, hello Jane.
East Germany in the UK.
Speakers Corner, London, 20th of March. Spring equinox started at 9:37 this morning. This is the moment of change.
Arrested in my life. First time in my 74 years.
74-year-old man saying the first time he's ever been arrested. And we know why he's arrested, because he's holding a placard. Yep, don't wear a placard, don't carry a placard, don't take a megaphone. Don't. Another young man being arrested there, quietly taken away.
people! Enemies of the people! Enemies of the people! These are enemies of the people! These are enemies of the people! Enemies of the people! These are enemies of the people! These are enemies of the people! These are your enemies! Make note of it! These are enemies of the people! These are enemies of the people! These are enemies of the people!
Yeah, just picking them up one by one, as always. How are you? You always pop up. I'm not sure if I pop up by you or you pop up by me. Yeah. So we are, the crowds are gathering now. There's people coming in from all around the park. But of course all the protesters are spread out all over London. They're in the other parks. Some are here in Hyde Park, Speaker's Corner, some are in the other parts of Hyde Park, some are in Green Park. The basic tactic was for everyone to meet in different places of London and just get the president's name. Piers is still talking. Will he go for his, it's got to be about 50 arrests now. I'm sure they're just going to wait a while and then do the normal and take good old Piers.
I don't think they're going to try and take the youngsters away, are they? That happens tomorrow, mate. Freedom of speech and freedom of writing might happen tomorrow. But as mayor, we would be fighting all these oppressions of freedom. We have freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, and no more censorship on the internet. I myself have been banned from Twitter, and I've had YouTube taken down. And the police have been saying to me, Mr. Corbyn, you don't
This might be purely, like I say, a bit early from each side, and we've seen arrests, but it just, I am getting the feeling they're being a bit more softly this time. We'll see how things are once people actually start moving, but at the moment they've picked off a few people who they think they can justify, but look at the crowds here, absolutely huge. How are you going to disperse this amount of people who are already dispersed?
I just got every move right.
It's the kind of normal thing. I mean, Piers Corbyn not being arrested is actually newsworthy, not the other way around. Oh, they're stopping him from talking now. I think they seem to be standing in front of him. Yeah, they're... But, yeah. It looks... yeah. What's going... How are they doing this? They're kind of trying to move people away from listening to him, but they're not actually arresting him at the moment.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, can you leave the area, please?
Any more people on the street? Any more people on the street?
I think Piers actually must spend more time with police than he does with protesters. Water off a duck's back for him.
Officer, SA 1660.
So they're just picking people off on the outskirts. I don't know who this journalist is, but I recognise him from the other protests. He always wears the big gas mask because for sure that keeps him 100% protected from the virus. Can the virus go in your ears? Has anybody ever thought about that? I mean, I'm sure the virus actually could be contracted past the eardrum. I think people should wear earplugs and masks if they're going to take it seriously. I wonder if there's any science. I bet we could get some science papers out there showing the efficacy of earplugs to stop viral contamination via the ear canal.
You enforce the crime. You enforce the crime. You enforce the crime. You're enforcing the crime. You're all criminals on the Nuremberg Code.
Guys, take all this. Step back, please.
Nuremberg Code step back. Following orders is not acceptable. You're all criminals enforcing criminal activity.
So you don't silence the protesters by arresting them.
I'm not afraid.
They tend to speak more loudly.
Tells me Corona is a fraud. There's no virus. The statistics are all fraudulent.
Okay. So we get like a good overview here. Speaker's Corner. Speaker's Corner for those who are not aware of kind of British culture or geography. This is the epicentre of UK democracy and free speech, with a history that goes back hundreds of years, from most famously with the suffragettes. This is how women got the vote. That, of course, that spread around the world once the women had bust it here in Britain and got their rights established. Something else that went around the world, but this is all here. Speaker's Corner. It's a famous spot for hanging 100 years ago. Public hangings. So it's always been. It's got a lot of energy. It's got a lot of history. This spot. You get an idea of the crowds here. The police actually, I'll tell you how the police are behaving a bit more now. This is how they behaved in Germany. So when I was at the protest in Berlin, the police stayed very quiet on the background. The police are in the middle of the crowd here, but what the tactic was in Germany is they stayed at the back of the protest. Speakers were at the front, and they just picked people off from the back, slowly, one by one. Just took them away really quietly, not to cause any attention, then coming back and peeling more people off. That was their tactic in Nassau in Berlin on the 10th of October. And here they're doing it a bit more kind of up front, but they're not throwing people on the ground yet. They haven't done this tortoiseshell where they all jump on top of a guy so you can't see him or a woman. There's horrifying things when you hear the screams coming out from the people at the bottom. I'm absolutely terrified. So they're being mob-handed with 8 police on top of them. Maybe 16, 17, 18 police around in a circle to keep people away. They seem to drop that tactic. Something we think that came from the Israeli Defence Forces. It's like a tactic you'd pick off somebody in a crowd who had a knife in their pocket, not someone who's at a freedom protest.
Get in circles.
So is the police filming us filming them. They're carrying out their crowd control cameras for witnesses after. There's our famous mayor-to-be, Mr. David Curtin. And he's with Louise. Hey Louise, how you doing?
Hello.
Hi David.
How you doing?
Great to see you.
Great to see you.
This is the man we want to see Mayor of London. Not only just a fantastically lovely man, but he's got the intelligence and the brain to be a leader of the city in 2021. So remember David Curtin, ex-chemistry teacher, a freedom protester, always dressed as dapper, always turns up at the front of protests, and I've seen him right at the front line with the police asking him to back off from brutality, and always with a smile. So he's definitely a man to follow and remember.
I just saw David. I was like,
Sorry, I was struggling to go live. How are you? You right?
I'm well, yeah. This is Megan.
Hi.
Have you met Megan?
You haven't probably, have I? No, I do know your face.
My sister, yeah.
Okay. Well, I've seen your photograph maybe on something.
Yeah, she don't come
That's
a
what
lot.
happens, isn't it? Social media pops up with photographs and.
She don't come. Dad doesn't like me. I don't think any of us are going to. We're going to follow them now.
Yeah, I guess that's a good place to go. So the crowd's kind of splitting up. They're moving off here to the south of Hyde Park, one part of the crowd. But if we turn around, what's happening with everyone else? People are following. Yeah. This is quite good. The tactic is obvious here. It's a bit harder for the police vans that are on the road behind railings to trundle through, but I'm sure we'll see them all whizzing down Park Lane, which is to the side to our left here, as they all try to get to the head of the crowd. Thanks for the support from Denmark. I can see these messages, but I can't tap when my phone is live. I haven't got a spare phone on me, so I can't answer messages, WhatsApps, Telegrams, and I can't answer in the chat, but I can actually see things pop up. So hi Carly. I hope you bring the energy of Carly here, the female warriors. I don't know if you can hear the helicopter that's buzzing us. Goodness knows what that costs in how many pounds a minute it spends in fuel hovering over a group of peaceful freedom
Everybody
protesters.
to Google Gert Vanden Bosch.
Oh yeah.
Google it.
Oh, I know him.
You know him. That's
Well,
the
no,
first
you know, I feel like I do. The amount of times I've seen this video in the last month. So here we are. It's like a nice day in the park, really. It's like the police have come to look after us and make sure we're all right. Let's see. But you know, I kind of make the police are friendly, but we've seen kind of probably about 8, 9, 10 arrests, I'd guess there, and didn't even hear a raised voice. There's obviously no aggression. It's just the police just grabbed who was the most, you know, whoever became noticeable to them. So walking south through Hyde Park here, and policemen coming along for the walk for a stroll in the park on a Saturday, first day of the equinox Saturday. I feel we should have a nature guide, someone to kind of point out all the trees and fauna and point out the different stages they are in the spring.
Use those cameras, guys. Use those cameras, especially what you did back in the day.
I wonder, whilst I was thinking about the earplug one, you know, everyone's got to wear masks, but if the virus can be absorbed through the ear canal and the mouth. Maybe we could kind of do 50-50, where some people just wear earplugs and some people wear masks. Because if you wear masks and earplugs, yeah, I've got to see people shopping or even getting on a bus doing that. Yeah. I don't know how many people there are here. Hi. You right? Are you good? You good?
And it's
Hello, hello. You right? Very good, very good. Oh look, mass reunion. Yeah, very good, very good.
yeah.
That big reunion. Yeah, very good. Very good. Yeah, it's great just to be out and just see everyone. We've got a flare going off. So he said follow the flares.
Yeah.
I'm live. Yeah. How many people do you think are here?
You're actually the best place to ask. What would you be the best platform for me to do live feed from my phone?
Facebook. Yeah, Facebook. If you've got a Facebook following, it works. Facebook for live.
Is that the easiest one?
Yeah. You go to YouTube. You've got to have 1,000 subscribers first of all.
Oh, you can go straight onto Facebook.
Yeah.
And you got to.
Yeah, anybody on Facebook, you just hit the live button at the bottom. So yeah, if anyone's listening, all of you can do this. You can all go live. You just go onto your Facebook profile. You need the actual app on your phone, not the website version. There's a little red button, red live button, bottom left, where you'd tap in text just below there.
They're not trying to
You click live.
on the phone.
No, they haven't. No, not yet. So everyone can do it. You can get out your phone and just point at what you see. Whether it's a huge crowds of people, police brutality. Here we go. So, phone, believe. Yes, there's several thousand people here. It's hard to say how many. People are very split up. People are gathering from all parts of the park because people have been sitting down before the protest in different parts of the park, and people are joining from benches left and right from different parts of the park.
What's the strategy? What do you think?
I think they're doing a softly comparatively.
You think?
Yeah, at the moment they've arrested about 10 people, but they're not kind of. They'll probably maybe set up some roadblocks further on if they can anticipate where we're going and try and grab people at that point. But they definitely seem softer than before. Yeah. And they're not carrying people off. The way they're taking people away is more normal.
Yeah.
On their feet,
Yeah.
leading them towards the van,
Good,
coaxing towards the van, so the man handling them, lifting them off. And how are you? Very good?
Yes, very well. Yeah. Glad to be here.
No, it's lovely. It's great. It's a good day. And of course, you know, it's the first day of the equinox, so it's
I know,
really
exactly,
powerful.
yeah. I
Really
know.
powerful.
It must send out a big ripple
Yeah.
worldwide.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And they brought in the lockdown on the equinox last year.
They did.
So they were using pagan ritual on us.
This time it's the other way around.
There's the other way around, exactly.
Light now.
Exactly. We learned the tricks. And
Yes, you have.
we can play the same one back.
Yeah. No more.
Exactly. Follow the flares, follow the colour. Now the atmosphere is building up. Hyde Park, London, 20th of March 2021. People protest for the right to be free. Something that a year and a few weeks ago would be unimaginable. That's it. These smoke flares add to the spring colour. Get an idea of the size of the car behind. There's a great atmosphere. This reminds me of the late November protest, I think it was the 28th. Terrific atmosphere. Totally peaceful. People singing. I wonder if the police, under their new laws that they've trying to pass in the British Parliament, will call this a nuisance, an annoyance. How are they going to decide what's an annoyance? It's going to be interesting. I think the police resisting our ability and our rights to march through a park is quite annoying, personally. They're not actually stopping us right now, not now. Let's see what happens as we get into the streets in London. We're coming down to Hyde Park corner now. No idea where this march will move. I'm sure the police don't have any idea either. So they're using a helicopter. They're buzzing us at the front of the crowd here with a helicopter, trying to work out where we're all going.
Your right to protest is under threat.
Everyone cheering each other on.
Oh, ti chiamerò perché qua non sai niente.
So guys, please share this post, this live stream to your favourite groups, to pages. I can't do anything. I need you guys to help. Wow, we're meeting a bigger crowd. There seems to be people already here. And there's police coming to meet us on the right hand side, but not enough. There's only a few police there. One little platoon. There's police cars whizzing down on the left side, like I said, down Park Avenue, Park, or whatever it's called. People spilling out now. Park Lane, of course it's Park Lane, Park Avenue. Cry of freedom. Cry of freedom. London is out on the streets. Of course, we want to thank, it's one thing for Londoners to turn up on the march, but all the people who drove from all over the country to get here and swell the numbers in the capital city. Those are the guys who made the real effort. So thanks for everybody who came down.
Some numbers are being accumulated.
Everyone's filming.
Hello, love. Everybody, can you start slowing down a little bit? Take baby steps. Slow it down, guys. Slow it down. Slow down. Take your freedom back. Stand up. 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 Right, guys, in the front, we're going to slow it down a little bit now. Slow it down.
Get on the main road. Get on the main. Get on the main. They can't stop us. Get onto the main.
Everyone needs to catch him on.
Okay, so we're walking up Park Lane from Hyde Park Corner. So if anybody trying to join us, we're just walking north from Hyde Park Corner, up Park Lane. There's a little hesitation. And strangely, there's no police presence yet. They haven't brought down the vans yet.
We parked the bus!
Well done, everybody. I'm so proud of you all. Congratulations. Stay strong, stick together, and stay together, please. Let's go.
Can we get some protection, please? Can we get some protection here?
Yes,
Right. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left. 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 Slow it down at the front. Slow it down. Everyone stay tight. Stay together, people. We're going to stay tight. We need to do this military style. We've got to stay tight. Stand up. Take your freedom back. 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 Stand up.
Guys, please share this feed. There's a lot of people who should be watching this and not watching it because they don't know where it is. I'm not on Facebook because I film doctors and there's no quicker way to get banned off Facebook than film doctors telling the truth. You can film David Icke, anyone else, you can stay there. But you film doctors, you get banned. So I'm on my second YouTube channel now. I don't have enough subscribers to go live, so I go live on Facebook. I'll put the link up for the YouTube link soon. Okay, we're walking north up Park Lane. The whole road's blocked, so we've got the whole thing to ourselves, and we've blocked it. The crowd has blocked it.
Freedom back! Stand up! Take your 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 freedom back! Take your freedom back! Stand up! 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 Take your freedom back! Stand up!
Just gonna stand here for a little bit so you can get a sense of the size of the crowd. I don't know how long I'll stand here actually, I want to stay near the front.
Spoiling it for millions.
The police pointing their camera at the flare, person with the flare. World peace, world freed, exactly. Helicopters ahead of us up at Marble Arch. And they seem to be a bit further ahead, so either they're looking down the road, looking which way we're going, or there's another segment of the protest up there, I'm not quite sure. So far it's a serious absence of police fans. Quite noticeable.
Stand up!
motorcyclist there revving his engine as he came by, giving a bit of motor support.
Slow it down. Slow it down. Slow it down. Everybody behind the banner. Slow it down. Slow it down. Slow it down. Keep your formation, people.
Police seem to be hovering above, police helicopters hovering above Marble Arch, which makes you think that they know where the protest is going.
Keep it tight, people! Behind the banner! Going down! You're in the front there!
Great t-shirt there, freedom over fear.
Behind the banner!
Don't tell me what to do. You can't tell me to give me that banner. I'm joking. If you want to use this as an opportunity. We can't stay
Killing the stream, mate. They're killing the stream, aren't they?
It's me!
No, it's not you, it's everyone.
But yeah, what network? EE? Okay, I'm on EE, I'm doing alright so far. Touch wood, take care mate. Now guys, whether you're in Britain, whether you're in America, France or Australia watching, just share the posts, share the feed, let other people see what's happening in London.
Jen, Rachel, Jen, Trev.
How you doing, sweetheart? You alright?
Yeah, good, yeah.
Stand up! Take your freedom back! 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 Stand up! Stand up! Take your freedom back! Stand up! Take your freedom back! Stand up! Take your freedom back! Stand up! Okay, guys, this is where we need to fall, right?
Okay, there's a reason everyone's not going that way. Up there is a rather lot of police. But they must have worked this out. So we're going down the side street. And it'll be in one of these side streets where we might finally see if the police are going to make serious moves to stop this.
We should surround their fucking cars!
Leave that, bro. This is the long game. Get your head around that, bro. I fucking know. We all fucking know it, right? All of us do. Keep it going, bro. Keep it going.
Okay, so I'm at the very front here. This banner's the front.
Police over there.
Yeah, that's a brilliant idea.
I think we should surround the fucking car. I don't think we should intimidate the police.
Okay, so what we have here is the protest standing here, and if we look around, we're coming up towards Marble Arch, and all the traffic has been stopped in the road here. Okay, the police are on the left side, they're on the other side of the road apart.
Everybody move! Everybody move! Go! Let's go!
They're coming, they're coming.
Hey!
They're coming.
On the main road, stay on the main road, the main road, stay on the main road.
Police are coming over from the left. Police are grouping over there.
Last thing you want to
So we're walking up the traffic. Cars don't know what's happening. Everyone's staying on the main road, no back streets this time. Well, it looks like the people leading the protest are skilled guys. Last time, you might remember from my feed, someone led, I don't know who it was, but they led the protest down a dead end to a little alleyway. It was like wolves picking off bison.
We need our businesses open. Why are our government wronging so many people? Small and medium-sized businesses are suffering. Mental health is critical.
So walking up towards Marble Arch.
Care about you. Don't let your government take your freedoms away. Come stand with your brothers and sisters that love you. We care about you. We care about humanity. We're here spreading the truth. Come stand with us. You think your government care about you. Bill Gates has your best interest. Don't let these people take away your fundamental human rights. Don't let him indoctrinate your kids into a life of fear. You're being taught to fear each other. You're being taught to fear the air that you breathe. Don't allow it. Don't stand for this. Your government will tell us what we can do. We will stand together.
police van stuck in traffic. Oh no. Of course, we don't approve that behaviour towards the police at all. Here we go. Some supporters, the guy in the white van beeping his support. Oh, they're the police. Oh, there they are. Awaiting Marble Arch.
What can they do? It's too big. It's not like this there at everyone visual when there was
There's a few walking over here. The team coming out.
They're coming in. Here they come.
There you go.
Tony, go over there.
Oxford Street. We're now on the top of the Marble Arch end of Oxford Street, London. Yeah, Burnley say freedom, freedom, freedom to your right. There's only a small part of the protest ahead of the police here. The majority of protesters are still behind. So far, the police haven't gone for. They're not behaving as they did before. There's definitely a soft approach. I'm sure they'll still pick people off from the periphery, but they're not to the scale of what we witnessed before. The world's cameras are on the police. Everyone's watching them, everyone's filming. So today there will be marches out in Poland, Germany, France, Australia. Yeah. 2 policemen changed their idea on arresting that girl.
Another illegal arrest. Another court case thrown out. Illegal arrest going on. Another waste of police time.
Okay, the police filming. They brought Oxford Street to standstill for traffic, that's for sure. Sorry. So just while we're in a quiet bit of the march, obviously there's a big, the biggest vaccination campaign the world has ever seen is underway right now, with what I believe to be vaccines that are not being fully tested, but experimental technology, and shouldn't even be called vaccines. And the reports that are coming in of the horror show
It's all love, remember that. It's all love. It's just a lot of you have forgotten it. Standing up, as police, standing up for community law is just, how do you sleep at night? I mean, you lot are young as well, man. Where's your ideal? Young people are supposed to be idealistic. You're supposed to stick up for freedom. And you become a threat, and you become a threat. You're a joke.
So what did I say? It's a quiet bit and started talking and the crowd roared. And this was just talking about the vaccines and the effect they're having, because what we're seeing in very clear numbers on the data is a massive rise in deaths, coronavirus deaths, which completely correspond with the rise in vaccinations. They map each other so closely that a criminal case has actually been lodged yesterday, 4 o'clock, against the British government. But meanwhile, what's really important is that if people have any form of adverse reaction, any form of allergy or suspected death, anything from a mild allergy to a suspected death, we need to get some idea on those numbers. And the current system, we don't believe, is working properly. So, along with some amazing people who shall remain nameless, we've launched a major vaccine survey that's on the Not on the Beeb website. The link is down below in the description. notonthebeeb.com, the-survey. So if you know anybody that you think has had any form of reaction from the vaccine, from a swollen arm all the way through to suspected death, please ask them to fill it in. Please share the link. We need to get as much data as possible, and of course if people have no reaction, fill it in and say I was fine, I've not suffered anything, nothing's happened whatsoever, because we need to get an idea of what's really happening. So the link's there, it's on the front page of the Not on the Beeb website. The address is notonthebeeb.co.uk, the-survey, and the link should be down below in the description. Please share. Bond Street tube station. A few people watching, wearing masks. Oh, what a horrible sight I just had. Oh, that scared me.
Building sites? Building sites, or do you want to go down?
Boris Johnson, outside Bond Street Station. That's surreal.
Take your freedom.
Stand up! Take your freedom back! Take your freedom back! Take your freedom back!
Stand up! Stand up!
What's going on over there? Everybody go!
Oh. There we go. You see that? The whole of Oxford Street. Chocker.
You lot people!
He'll be alright. They're not.
So very seriously, to say one more time, we've got the vaccine survey launched on the front of the Not on the Beeb website. So please get that to anybody. If they've already filled out the yellow card or the VIRs, also ask them to fill out this one because we've got some other interesting questions there. Questions about the general attitudes to life and where they absorb their media from, and previous medical history. Just a lot of questions that are not going to be asked on the VIRs. So we're going to get some top experts in their fields to analyse the results once we get enough in. So we need that link to go far and wide. notonthebeeb.co.uk, the-survey. It's on the front page of the notonthebeeb.co.uk website. We need really to get that one out. And I can tell you now, I've seen some of the answers coming in and they're heartbreaking. They're anonymous. If people want to remain anonymous, they can remain anonymous. We don't know who the person is, but I can see what people are writing. You can tell the truth. It's literally heartbreaking because people are talking about trust, and they trusted and they've had their trust broken, which is just kind of like one of the most devastating things that can happen to people in work, in life, in love, anything. And with their doctor, as we're saying. So, yeah, please get that survey out to as many people as you can. Front page of the Not on the Beeb website. Also, while I talk about the website, if you need a letter, if you know people who are about to get the vaccine and you don't want them to get it, give them the consent form, because it's been drawn up by some very clever lawyers and doctors, and it basically asks for the giver of the vaccine to take liability for what they're giving, as in their professional judgment. So it holds them to account for the trust that the patient has in them. So people need that. That's under a tab called Useful on the website. Also under that tab, there's letters for employers. So if you've got an employer bullying you, whether it's the NHS or just a small 5-man business, there's a letter there you can give to your employer that just reminds them of your rights and their position. There's some letters there for schools, for masks in schools and things like this. And there's also another link there to a fantastic website. It's got about 30 template letters. So for those of you who don't have the time or don't have the writing skills, just can't get round to it, just grab a template letter, adjust it and send it off to the person you need. And they're all there on the website. And if you've got any letters, if you've written any letters, send them in. If I can use them as a template, if we can use them, we can pop them up there and let other people use the ability of what you put down in a letter that you've spent time and energy writing. Okay, let's get back to the protest. Oh, here we go. Got police vans waiting up just beyond. We're coming up to Oxford Street Circus now, the station, right at the head of the protest. This police van's waiting down. They're all coming towards us. So let's see what happens at Oxford Circus. Let's see if we see any acrobatics. From the Oxford AstraZeneca Circus. Police Circus. I'm sure it's a joke somewhere, I just can't think, I can't work it out properly. Well, we are underneath the, right now, the whole of Europe is underneath the Oxford AstraZeneca Circus. As countries around the world ban the vaccine around, I mean, there's multiple ones outside, I think South Africa. I won't name them because I get it wrong, but there's 17, I think, countries in Europe that have paused or banned the vaccine, and in Britain, what they've done, they said, oh, we've run out of supplies. God, blimey. So we're only going to go to the under 50s. What a coincidence. They don't pause it for the public, they just claim to run out of supplies. So ease it off. Ease it off. So that's the honesty of our government and how much they care for us. Unless, of course, they've generally run out of supplies. I'm stood right in the middle of Oxford Circus while I talk there, completely oblivious to the fact there's a police van behind me. The police coming here. Oh, here we go, we've got a little platoon coming up here. Here we go. You'll see the little TSA units. They kind of behave differently. Baseball caps. Maybe police shouldn't be allowed to wear baseball caps. It's got a bit of SWAT teamy, isn't it? Kind of baseball caps on police. You don't have to feel them being very highly trained either. There's something in the, they've been trained in basics, but even in the way they walk, the way they talk, and without a doubt in the way they arrest people. I mean, my God, they've not, if they've been trained now to arrest people, whoever trained them in that method, well, we'll see them in court. I'm sure they'll be in court one day. There appears to be nothing happening, but right now, just say again, yesterday, major court case has been dropped on the doorstep of Hancock, BJ, Ferguson. They've been personally made liable for the decisions they've made while in office. That's what they'll be reading this weekend of the spring equinox, finding out that they are in trouble for malfeasance, if I pronounced that correctly. For misconduct and acting, making the wrong decisions on information given. So one of the dates we just passed a few days ago was when C-19, the coronavirus, was labelled as a a disease of consequences. I've got that one wrong as well, but not a non-highly infectious disease, which begs the biggest question of all time. How can you have a pandemic with a disease that has been classed as of non-high consequence? But of course, we're asking rational questions, and of course, we know this is not, we've gone through the data, we know this is not about a virus, this is not about health. That's just a smoke screen to get us all to comply.
Our street!
It's madness. Isn't it? Oh. What a good day. It's a good day, sir.
I don't have an account on Amazon, but I want to buy your book.
Oh, what's it's on Apple now. It's all over. Many places. It's on Apple.
Like Bogota or something like that.
Yeah, 3 seconds in Bogota.
Because you said on the Facebook you have the chance to meet the boss, so it's like critical, yeah. But I don't have an account on Amazon.
It's quite an interesting story.
I can't find the book anymore anyway.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Oh, I will get it.
It's like you're online. If you just put the Or you go to my website. It's,
Yes. That was included, yeah.
3 seconds in Bogota.
In Bogota, yeah. There was a man on the cover or something like that in the sunshine.
Yeah. It's a man looking at Bogota on the cover. Yeah, like a 1920s travel poster cover. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, take care. See you in a bit. Okay, there's a bit of a self-promo coming up. Need any reading? Want to read a book? Want to read a true story? Want to read about quite an adventure, quite a dangerous part of the world that happened 25 years ago? Well, you can get the story. It's a quick read. You'll find it on Amazon. You'll find it on Apple. You'll find it in Barnes & Noble, Kobo, kind of all the... I think it's in Walmart in America. It's in Walmart. Go on any online. 3 seconds in Bogota. That's the book I was just being asked about. Grab a copy of that. You'll end up not only getting a book, but I'll probably be able to buy myself a nice cup of coffee with that one. Okay, so if you want to read some background story, you'll know me as good as a lot of my friends by the end of that book. But it takes you on a journey. It's a thriller. It's basically probably it's the most dangerous moment of my life. The closest I got to not being here right now. But it kind of ruins the ending because you know I'm here. It's a true story, but hopefully I've written it in a way that will take you through to the end with question marks in your head. Anyway, it's called 3 Seconds in Bogota. Bogota is the capital of Colombia, which is where it happened. 3 spells number 3, and story for this time of Escobar. So when I went there travelling, Escobar had just been killed. It was about a month before the other Escobar, the footballer, was killed for having an own goal. Poor guy. He got home from the World Cup, and instead of getting booed by his supporters for knocking Colombia out of the World Cup, he got shot, I think, 12 times. But anyway, that was the Colombia I was in when this story got written. So the book's 3 Seconds in Bogota. Grab a copy, move the book up the charts for me, and you get a book. How about that? And you get a story to read. And you can say, well, I know the guy. Yeah, I've seen him on the protests in London and around the country in Germany and other places. Anyway, okay, that's the promo over. Commercial break over. Back to the protest. Okay, one more thing, guys. I'm going to I will switch this feed off shortly because I need to swap over equipment. So if you want to carry on with the feed, see, because I'll be chasing down the protest. I'm going to have to. I will stop this broadcast at some point. I have to pause it. We've got a limit on how much longer you can go live for. But also, there's battery problems, equipment needs to be changed, other things. I will go live again. So, click the little notification button. There's a little bell that says buy this video. It says notify me. When Marketplace goes live again, click that and it will pop up on Facebook and tells you when I go live again. Or just click follow on the profile, I think that warns you as well. More the merrier, always great to have you. Put a lot of links and news up there. We've also got Not on the Beeb on Telegram. That's the #1 place where we post everything now because it's not open to censorship. We've got up to about 40,000 people looking at the links on a daily basis there. Telegram is the new place to be. It's, if you don't know it, it's a souped up version of WhatsApp. It works like WhatsApp, but it's so much more. And it's developing every week. I'm spotting new things on there. The developers are working like crazy. It's censorship free. We believe it's safe. It's encrypted. You can go on there with a name. You can hide your telephone number and remain anonymous. So you can join groups. You can see things without being followed. And the posts don't get censored. You either think they're boring and you click past them, but you will get to see everything. So get on Telegram, go to Not on Beeb channel. It's got a white logo. It's the opposite of the little logo you can see in the bottom right hand corner of this thing, which is that white lettering on black. It's the other way around. Not on the Beeb on Telegram.
Stay together, guys! Watch your backs and hold
Bus driver, London bus driver gets it. Okay, we're at Tottenham Court Road. Oxford Street meets Tottenham Court Road. There's parts of the protest coming up from the south. Okay, so this is interesting. So the protest, not even all of us were coming down Oxford Street. There's a whole bunch of protesters here coming up from Leicester Square direction. Okay, I'm going to take a gamble here. I'm going to say that the crowd here is the biggest at the London protest yet, including the ones in Trafalgar Square. Could easily be wrong, but we've got multiple locations. I saw another crowd coming up, which must have been 1,000, 2,000, coming up from Leicester Square. So there's obviously people starting in different part of London. We're rolling up. Does anybody want to guess what they'll say in the newspapers tomorrow, if they say anything about the protests in the newspapers tomorrow? 1,000? What do you reckon they'll say? 2,000? Well, they might just deny it, because it's been happening before, which side at the start of this channel.
I didn't think about Let's go, boys. I haven't seen anyone with a two of a mask yet, but that would be good.
We're getting a lot more. We're getting the buses, we're getting more vehicles supporting us. This is also a change. We're actually down to crawl speed here because there's so many people we can't actually get through. You can see the helicopter there, very small on the screen. That's the helicopter.
Stand up! Stand up! Stand up! Stand up!
you're right again. Yeah, very good. Good to see you.
Look at that man.
Very good. How you keeping?
All right, good. Yes. Let's
Good one.
definitely get together and do something.
Yeah. Hi.
Wear black turtlenecks.
It's a great atmosphere. It's brilliant. I'm doing that one.
How are
The
you,
last
man?
5 minutes, I've been bumping someone every second.
Great to see you, mate.
Really good to see you. Very
Yeah,
good.
cool.
I'll put you on camera so everyone can see the Stroud Posters here.
There we go. All right, folks. It's a big one.
So where have you come from? I know where you've come from too.
Come up from Stroud.
100-mile journey.
And we just kind of had enough, as so many people have. And you know what we did to the kids, the masks and all the testing, and it's just on, and it needs to stop. It needs to stop now.
It's a load of rubbish. I'm even bored with talking about the logic of it. It's just trying to be logical as mad, isn't it? Yeah, exactly.
What are we doing?
Well, just judging by the reaction of all the people in the cars, the buses,
the
and
buses,
around.
the bus drivers,
they're
just
getting
on
it now.
it.
They're
Yeah.
getting it now. That's
Yeah.
before they didn't. You know,
Yeah.
they were like, you know, they didn't. So it's a big change.
Yeah, talked to a pilot the other day. He's done 3 flights since January, and
Pilot,
he just says this. You know, he's a regular guy. He's a lovely bloke, and he just says, "Look, they're just taking away our freedoms."
Yeah,
and
exactly.
that's just fucking
Yeah.
what's happening.
Yeah.
Pardon my French.
By the way, if you're wondering why this man is so smooth, he's actually on a bicycle. Can I show it? No, he's
I
not
haven't
showing.
got wheels for
He's
legs.
cycling. I wish I'd got a bicycle. So I'd been on a bicycle. That'd be good. Yeah, someone flying around on one of the little kind of hoverboards. I'm very envious of.
Yeah, they're pretty cool, aren't they?
Yeah,
I like
good.
How you been?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Just
So you
well, I've just been fat out, as you know. I'm just fat out with
I know. Yeah, you get,
just not on the bead stuff. But
you get a lot of hits on your posts, and I follow them, and you know, it's
Yeah.
just, you know, right from the word go, it stunk. This is all stunk to me, and found a familiar voice in yourself.
Yeah, no.
And that's been how it is for the last year.
Yeah, and I
Can't
can't
believe we're still here doing this.
Yeah, not for now. Not for now. Well, I don't think. We wonder how long it's going to last because we've got it's the equinox today. It's the 20th,
Yeah.
and I don't know if you've seen the post, but they worked out the system they've been using to announce all their lockdowns. So they announced lockdown on the 23rd, brought it in on the 26th. That was the spring equinox last year, which is the time you bring in something you want to last to change. It could be a coincidence, but it followed it all the way through. Masks on the 24th to the 7th. They brought in masks to be worn on the day that the Magna Carta was signed. Hallows Eve, they brought it in right down to timing Boris Johnson's announcement to 4 p.m. on Hallows Eve, which was the precise point of the full moon. That's not a coincidence. And then I even said,
what about the announcement of the lockdown on
21st of June.
and also the Skyfalls?
Skyfall.
Was that lockdown?
Yeah,
That was-
yeah. And
yeah.
I said, because I put a post up before and said the only question we've got now, because I was on it, is what's
remember
happened on
that.
Guy Fawkes, and then they announced it to start on Guy Fawkes. And then the last one I put said the only date that I can spot that they haven't used is 21st of June. And of course, the 21st of June is when they've said now they're going to end lockdown. So they are using it.
Yeah.
So right now, with all the protests starting on the beginning of the spring equinox, we've got 3 days. I didn't realise this, but the equinox lasts 3 days until 8 p.m. on the 23rd. But we're playing their magic back on them now. This is kicking off the pagan.
What do you mean?
Elite.
There's another group down the other end, is there? Or is this the group who met at Marble Arch? Because I was late to the party.
This started at Speaker's Corner.
Yeah.
We've been joined by a group who came up from Leicester Square, so I don't know where they'd started, probably Trafalgar Square.
Yeah.
But I get the feeling there's more groups
Yeah, it feels like it.
all over.
Yeah.
I'd love to get an idea
God, there's
of how many
big
people there are.
you can see now.
Yeah, there are. Yeah, it's got bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
And it's further back, as you can see as well.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. Did you bring this up on the train?
No, I came. So I drove up last night, and on the excuse of doing delivery to a friend of mine.
Oh,
And then just I parked up on the embankment, I took the bike off the back and rode it. So yeah.
brilliant. What's the other half?
She's good. She's really good. She wanted to come. The kids are getting it now. The kids are getting it now because before we couldn't talk to them.
Right.
They didn't want to have them.
No, because it's
They
too
didn't want to-
deep.
It's too much. They just want to
Yeah.
fucking blend in. They don't want
Yeah.
to stand there.
No,
It's,
no,
you
no,
know,
no.
An awkward 14-year-old, you know.
Or 5-year-old, anything.
Boyfriend,
No,
that's what,
yeah.
you know, life's just
Wanna
about
be
you.
normal, yeah.
And that's it, you know, fuck, it's so unfair.
Your body's just changing on you. It's like you're going through the horrors of realising that you're mutating.
So, yeah.
But you notice the change now with your kids then, so they're just...
Yeah, definitely, yeah. So Olive started to question, so the masks in school, having the government said that they were bad last time, and now being told that they're good, and it was such bollocks. And so Olive, she hates what she feels dissociated from her friends, she can't talk properly in class, she can't see what the teacher's saying when they've got their mask on.
I struggle with it.
It's just bollocks.
People,
It's so not right.
One of the funniest moments for me, about in November, there was a big protest in Hyde Park, and a point where all the police came forward in a line, and they started screaming at us, and we all kind of stopped, and we all frowned, we all looked at each other, and they looked back at me, like, did you understand what he said? Because we all got masks on for the first thing, so you had something like 8-9 policemen shouting with masks on, it was just a muffled blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And they could see we hadn't heard as well, you could see the confusion on their face.
Yeah. Go back home and watch the fucking telly.
What's that? What? Yeah, they're bonkers. Yeah, and there's quite a few people in Stroud. There's quite a little movement in Stroud, isn't there? There's
also massive anti. There's so many pro-lockdowns.
Yeah, I know who some of them are.
Fucking hell, the lot of the Albert, they're fucking bathing in the glory.
I know.
Roger Thomas won't let people his walk without fucking vaccination. Quoted as saying, well, those that don't can be on ventilators. He's the milk of human kindness from that man is
well, the thing is, and we know ventilators is killing people.
Exactly.
You don't want to touch a ventilator.
It's not the way to do it.
So it's just, oh my god, that is sad. No, well, it'll be muffled.
Yeah. Wasn't
No, but I see that people have got the furlough, without mentioning names, I've seen them, and they get the furlough, and they've got the money, or they've got the government money for their business being closed, and they sit back, and for some people, some businesses, it'll be better than what they did before. So.
Yeah.
And I've seen them, I've seen Cafe, that I know very well, and he knows what's going on in the world. We've talked about it for years.
Yeah.
This starts, and I go, you know what's happening? And he was like, yeah, and I said, are you going to not protest? And he was like, well, I'm actually doing better than I normally do. And he said that, and then suddenly he wanted to join the protests because his business got closed down before Christmas with the next lockdown, and he was spewing because he knew how many thousands he was going to make with every party. But then, I got another message, and they haven't even then paid the money they're meant to give us, and then suddenly went silent, and I was like, yeah, okay, the check's arrived in the post. So suddenly wants to join the protest, got paid, no protest. So I think there's a huge amount of that.
Yeah.
Which where's the BBC?
Yeah.
Do you know where it is? I don't know where it is. Is that where they're leading us?
Where
outside the BBC? Well, where was the BBC? I mean, that's how I ended up doing this.
Shit, they are.
Well, must have been stickers. Wow. Yeah, my life just stopped dead about 5th of August. You know, we got in contact and a few messages going back and forth, and then suddenly 5th of August, I could do a lot before, but then suddenly I can go full time. It's like, oh, that's a whole day I've now spent with information, and since early August, that's it. I haven't done anything else except for
we've been buying you coffee so we can.
I didn't know that. That's brilliant. No, that's brilliant. I'm in major trouble, like financially.
You are?
But, I've got boycott t-shirts on the t-shirts, yeah, in the old Nicker days, so all that stuff's gone back. Yeah, okay. Big protest t-shirts. Yeah. No, but I've got, it's literally on the cusp of getting to a level where I can make a payment.
Right, okay.
TV stage.
Yeah, okay.
I've got documentaries ready to come. People supporting it. I made a decision, I've just got to go for it. I've wavered a few times, but every time I've wavered, that's it, I'm giving up and going back to it. Someone writes me a message and it's like, oh God.
I try and turn away from it to sort of concentrate on me and my family and just, but you can't.
No,
You just fucking can't.
No.
Because without, if you take your eye from it,
There's nothing for your family. There's nothing just. That's the conversation I did at the beginning. I was like, guys, you're staying quiet because I've got some friends in front. You're staying quiet because you want to continue working film. It's like, no, there is no.
Yeah,
There is none of that.
going round,
There is none of that film stuff. You're not going to wear.
thankfully me and Babs are on the same page.
Thank God. Yeah, I feel sorry for him. Been sitting there. Where's the back end of the protest one? I thought there were hundreds behind us.
Still quite really lost through. We're so slow.
A big prosecution went in yesterday for nailing Boris Johnson and Ferguson. They put it in with proper evidence for malfeasance. So it's a huge one.
On a similar vein as the German guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, well, it's similar but different.
Okay.
Because he's doing them for. How's the difference go? Rainer Formic. He's doing mass cult. I think he's prosecuting the government as a whole. For not performing their duty and the faultiness of the PCR test, choosing faulty equipment. But the one in Britain for Boris Johnson is individuals that you have acted in. You're in a position of power in office. You've been given information and you've made decisions against that, which makes you criminally liable for consequences. So it's pretty heavy stuff. And the guys I know put the information together, spent days and weeks collecting it and bringing in experts. That arrived on their desk 4:30 yesterday. Yeah, so there's multiple things happening behind the doors. You know, I love it when you see another pop video just come out. Someone's made a song and put something together. And it's like, you know, you think there's nothing happening. There's people sitting in bedrooms and just doing what they can.
The way that they as if you know, we've got to rush to get it because we're running out. It's such bullshit. It's like, no, fuck, just take it. They're just sitting.
Well, we've had 17 countries pause whether there's anything. So if the British government pause it, no, they say we run out of supplies. Because they don't want the other people going, oh yeah, I'm on it's up with it. And then realising, clicking, that they haven't been quite feeling right, and it might be connected.
They're really fucking sound.
If you read it, it says it only makes symptoms a bit less worse. And then people are taking it and getting symptoms, putting you in bed for 3-4 days. And we were putting a survey out, and we're getting tons of people saying, when it wasn't able to go to work or something at the time. It's like, well, hang on. How long would a little flu put you up for? In bed for?
And that's just the start.
Yeah.
What else have you got?
Well, it's not. It's horrific because it's looking like it's knocking out people's fertility.
Yeah.
People with menopause starting to have periods again. People who had the menstruation perfectly normal. Menstruation cycle is stopping. Okay, multiple accounts of that. Got loads of blood clots and heart attacks. But of course, then people oh well, you had a heart attack. You had a heart attack. But massive rise in that. And then the one that I've only spotted recently is renal failure. Yeah. And then the amount of people with nerve damage is off the scale. You've probably seen all the people with kind of shaking machine fitting, and permanently fitting, stuck in some sort of horrific cycle. And then the obvious one, which we're all kind of is suddenly. You can see it with Gibraltar, famously, no coronavirus deaths.
I remember that post you did.
3-4.
Yeah.
And start the vaccine, and suddenly you've got 50-60 deaths. Yeah. And that's been in multiple care homes everywhere. But the Gibraltar is great. It's an island, and it's a small, little lockdown case. So the numbers from it stood out nice and clearly.
It's a little appendix.
Exactly. No, but they've denied it. Yeah.
What I found strange about all this is the silence of friends.
The silence of friends,
Silence
yeah.
of my friends.
Well, it's chocolate. That's the big one for all of us. I don't mind the ones who argue.
Fucking gutted.
The ones who argue, I quite like because they're actually. I know whatever they say. Yeah, and if you're listening, I mean you as well. But when people argue, it's because they've got lingering doubt. So they're, in my mind, they're often trying to quell it. Yeah, because I've seen people who argue turn, do a 360-degree turn. But the ones that stay silent and then laugh at you behind the back because they don't want to discuss it with you. Yeah. But they laugh at those are the ones who are lost. And it's like you say, it's shocking. But for every few friends I've lost, and I hope it's only temporarily, because of all of this, I've gained triple. You know, really good crowd amongst everyone here, and all the people I met, and all the alliances. But it just seems to be almost like there isn't much of a grey area, is it? People either totally grasp what's going on, or they've totally fallen for it. There aren't many people who are like, well, right, actually, there are. No, I have got some friends who are great, who just think it's from the government.
Well, the first March he came on, he went, he's a bit woke, and he said, oh, good luck with your right-wing mates. And I said, Louis, are you violent? What are you calling them? He said, where were you when Black Lives Matter? That's what you call them. And I said, what do you mean?
When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it?
Whole length. 12 minutes took to get past.
That's how long it is.
Yeah? 12 minutes. Okay, so you've measured the people. So this is the back. So 12 minutes of people walking.
From the start to the end, 12 minutes.
That's quite interesting. 12 minutes.
12 minutes. So look, there's still people over there.
So this is now the back of the march. I had been at the front of the march. I don't know how I ended up at the back. I must be walking slowly. I was filming the policeman. I was filming the bus driver for a while with the daffodil. Yeah, okay. Loads of police vans coming down here. I've hurt an old injury. Okay. My knee. It doesn't like long marches. I got it from a piggyback when I was 20 years old. A piggyback fight. We were laughing minutes before it happened, so it was funny, but I mean, my goodness me. I've winced 1,000 times, a million times for every
Total collapse on the floor.
and my leg going the wrong way. Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Wow, a lot of people.
It is. I must say, for all you who are bored, because it doesn't look like much is happening, it's an absolute pleasure to be filming happy marches instead of police brutality. And luckily we haven't seen any of that yet. There might be some on some other people's feeds. The other people to look at are Subject Access, Tyrant Finder. You'll know Rad on Facebook, good friend of mine, see him everywhere. I don't know who else is doing live feeds I can think of right now. You find Subject Access and Tyrant Finder, they stream live on YouTube. Talking about YouTube, what I'll be doing after is cutting together some highlights of the protests, popping them out on YouTube, and I need to get another 800 subscribers so that I can go actually live to YouTube myself. I'm missing 800 subscribers. So if you spot the YouTube channel, it's only got 200 and so subscribers, that's mine. Please just click it like, and we'll soon have that number. Full embroidery. Great top. But it's interesting to see what's kind of panning out now. Like Turkey announced. Oh, by the way, no, the summer's coming, summer tourism, but no vaccinations or PCR tests for people on arrival. As a unique country. And then now Portugal's jumped in, Iceland's jumped in.
Montenegro, Dave said.
Oh, really?
They're not there. past.
Yeah.
That's where we're going.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant. Well, Belarus is the old classic
Yeah, they
from
tried
the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you saw what they tried to do.
They tried to buy him off.
Well, with Belarus, they tried to buy him off. He said they came out of a huge loan offered who tried to bribe him. But then when he laughed at Corona, they actually set up insurrection, didn't they? Probably George Soros funding. But they literally had anti-government protests being funded by the West to try and get rid of him. And you see what's happened to the president of Tanzania?
Yeah. Missing 14 days.
Yeah. And just a month ago, there was an article in The Guardian kind of saying, what are we going to do about the anti-vax president? Yeah. So a 61-year-old president who suddenly dies a year after he basically mocks the powers that be in the whole world.
Everybody knows that it's shite testing.
Yeah, I mean it was one. I mean I cried with laughter when I saw it. You know. When he delivered the speech, there's that general behind him in the uniform.
Yeah, absolutely deadpan.
It was deadpan, and I was actually watching the general more, thinking, is a smile going to form on his lips? Papaya, George Judith, age 43.
That's right, yeah.
Results come back positive.
Yeah, must isolate.
He must isolate. Or inconclusive, yeah. It was like one of the old football announcers, when you see the football results.
Yeah.
Everton 2, Brighton
1. They even tested a rabbit. They even tested a rabbit.
Yeah. Engine oil. They got positive on engine oil. But you know what's sad is you've made it up from Stroud. Do you think anybody else made it up from Stroud?
I don't know. I mean, last time I came up, I put a post out saying I've got space in the car.
I remember.
And it just went, it's tumbleweed. And that's what Stroud's like. I mean, it's just like with the anti-lockdown. I went on the anti-lockdown. There's like 200 people there. You know, just regular Stroudies. Regular Stroudies. And then of course all the do-gooders slammed us for being anti-Semitic. And
they didn't try that.
And can you believe it? Yeah, honestly.
I've got friends who have tried calling me various names, but have seen me protesting for it or defending it strongly for 20, 30 years. And they just turn around when the moment's there and go, no, you're anti it because you're part of this, so therefore you think that. It's like, no, you know what I think. You're not a stranger. You know what I think. You think I should change? Because I haven't changed. And you can't grasp it. What makes me sad is when I came up to, I'm also living in Stroud, and I came up for the Iraq War protest. The train station was noticeably full. Everyone was getting the early morning train, so people carrying placards. But you know what I've kind of realised it is, I think now, is the Iraq War protests were fueled by The Guardian. And fueled by certain media. And then people went along with it. And right now,
you're being slammed by all the papers.
No, it's independent thinkers. Every paper is against every media because they've all been bought out. The government, so it's free thinkers against the media and the government. Which basically shows you how few free thinkers there really are. That's the sad part.
I think there are a lot more interesting things. One reason there's this us for them, parents for school kids. There's a lot of people trying anonymous.
Because they don't want to.
It's like playground bullying. It's so obvious.
Well, with the letters that we've done to the schools, we ended up making anonymous letters and finding a way of delivering the letters anonymously, because found out there's loads of parents who wanted to send letters in to school but didn't want to be known as the parents of that child who sent the letter in.
Unfortunately, our kids now get to that point where they don't give a shit.
Yeah.
So they don't mind being the only kids not given a testing kit now.
Yeah. So Chesley now.
Bab said no. You're a warrior, Ron. She spoke to other boys who just said, yeah, we're going to test
I'm
the
a
dog.
warrior.
Warriors know when their warriors are here. When their
We
warriors
filmed a few of those.
They're waiting for it to go. And it seems like a Tommy Robinson.
But I don't think they care what you test. Because it's not about the health.
Exactly.
All they want, they don't care if you dip it, whatever. They just want a certain amount of positives coming back, so you can say cases are on the rise.
It's almost like,
So yeah.
and like you think, fuck me, that's you know, you're thinking, why would anyone want to do that? And you just think, they actually really do it.
Yeah. Well, I must admit, I don't really know where I am, but we're outside the Holy Sepulchre Church, however you pronounce that.
Just down from Oban.
Where are we? Just down
From Oban.
From where? Oban. Okay, Oval, yeah.
Let's get time.
No! When do we win? Freedom! When do we win it? No!
When do we win?
Freedom!
When do we win it? When do we win?
Freedom!
When do we win it? When do we win?
Freedom!
When do we win it? When do we win?
Central Criminal Court. Central Criminal Court, London. Cheers for that. Well, this is just the first march of the season, really.
Like the orange men.
Yeah. Well, it's very weird how suddenly everyone went part for Christmas. Because I'm not normally around in winter, and it really struck me that everyone was like, oh, we just stay at home and stay warm now. Hello, Rad, how you doing? You well? Yeah. How was Ireland? Good work.
80 grand, you reckon?
Huh?
80 grand?
80,000 people?
Twice Trafalgar Square?
I don't. Could be. I don't think that many, but maybe. How can we tell? Because there's different protests in different parts of London. I saw a big group join us from Trafalgar Square, so no idea.
Good to see.
Yeah. We have to check the police aerial footage.
It doesn't matter about numbers, it's about quality.
Yeah. So we've got the quality of the numbers, yeah, exactly. So when did you get back from Ireland?
Last night.
Last night to England. Did you get home? Did you sleep at home?
Yes. That's why I was late. I came out last one.
Okay. Things just started moving.
I missed the beginning. Hung around for 2 hours.
Okay, well, I think this is, well, I don't know how long this has been on for. What time is it? There's been no brutality at the moment. This is, we've seen some rests, but the arrests at the very beginning, you might not have seen, were soft. They arrested him, but they didn't push him on the ground. They left him standing. I didn't see Piers get arrested either. No. He might have been. He was? He was. No, I don't think so. I don't think he was arrested. The police seem to have changed their approach and gone a bit softer.
I couldn't even reach to half of the march, and stormtroopers at certain point break the march.
But they had no chance. Too many people.
Too many people.
So guys,
There were maybe 30, 40, that's it.
yeah.
Couldn't even,
No, can't do
couldn't
anything.
even dream of it.
No. So guys, listen to this. Freedom! One of the reasons this protest has been more successful is numbers of people. We need more people for the next one. So if you're at home, if you've been worried, you can see this is peaceful. It's peaceful. Catch the pizza wagons there.
Oh, that's it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 there. Behind us. It's been peaceful. We need your numbers out in the streets. So when you next see the protest in London, come. If there's any trouble and you don't like the trouble, you don't want to be shouting, walk away. But we need numbers on the protest. The more people there are, the easier it is for us to be able to protest.
We live in the UK! Protest is always lawful!
More people come here!
Yeah, you can't raise your voice, you'd be annoyance.
We are annoying!
Yeah.
Kick my nose in the street! I'm gonna get arrested!
I'm annoying!
People are laughing now at the new British law coming in, saying that being annoying in public is an offence. Being annoying in public, absolutely fantastic. People, bus drivers, fearless bus drivers.
Freedom! Freedom!
I see the police following us for our safety. It's always good.
I was so worried about it to begin with.
Oh, look at this. Fantastic.
Being annoying is British! Protest is always annoying!
Packed.
How much more annoying is that? It's company's here, so we can't hear it.
So what time it is? 3 o'clock maybe? Could be. Oh yeah? So you took, did we start at 1 o'clock? Did it start moving at 1 o'clock a bit earlier?
I got late, I was late. I got to Marble Arch half 1 and then I rang back and said, where is he? And so she clocked you for fucking 4 hours and sent me a text.
Oh really?
Yeah.
It's quite funny because my girlfriend was saying, how will I find you? And I was like, I don't know, I can't text you, can't do that. And I was like, I'll switch on my footage. You can see precisely where I am non-stop.
Exactly. So that was easy. Roll down the road.
Okay.
There's a lot of police at Marble Arch. All getting sorted out.
Yeah, all on in the central bit.
Yeah.
Down, yeah.
Right? Yeah, we're gonna go. You're gonna go? Yeah.
You see, normally the police are dispersed. What's happened in the last one, a couple of ones, the police have kind of run in, dispersed everybody, got lost. There's a chance to sit down, have a cup of tea, then go back and find somebody. They've been peaceful, it's got to keep going.
Last time, so on the Trafalgar Square one on the September, and I missed you at that one, but I was there with my brother, and we stood there listening to all the speeches and stuff. The sound was shit though. But anyway, we went for a beer. We came. We'd come back.
Was that the first one? Or no, second?
26th of September.
26th of September, third one.
We'd come back and I'd seen the doctor, the German doctor was at the podium, but he didn't speak.
Not sure you know,
And I got a really good picture of it. It's fucking round. I got a great picture.
Yeah.
Anyway, then we went for a pint, so we were thirsty, and I didn't really play for Came back 20 minutes later, and that's when they'd stormed across everything. And I got that picture of that guy. He'd been fucking coshed. He was just a
the one with the predator.
wrapped up, his head wrapped up, and he had a placard covered in blood saying freedom over fear.
I haven't seen that one. I haven't seen that one.
You've
I
not
haven't
seen
seen
that?
that.
I'm sure
No.
you saw it. You've seen so many pictures.
But I don't remember that one. Was he still lying? No, but was he still lying on the ground?
No, he was just holding his placard, and he was just standing there where all the speakers had been, and he was just in shock.
He'd been standing around the house.
I got him videoed. So.
Oh, I must see. You must send me a copy if you can. Yeah, I'd love to put that out because that sounds amazing. Okay, guys, batteries are down. Going to take a break from filming, so please hit that notify button, press follow, and I'll come back on a live shortly. Okay, catch you in a bit. Bye for now. Back in Trafalgar Square, or it's entering Trafalgar Square. Most of the protesters have left Trafalgar Square and headed in towards St James's Park. I'm just going to go back towards the square because I've seen all the police racing that way. So I just want to see what's happening. It's been a remarkably good-natured protest. No violence seen yet. Of course, I might have missed something, and I was away there for 45 minutes an hour. But it's been a very good-natured protest. I mean, it's always a good-natured protest. What I mean is the police have been good-natured so far. So let's hope that continues. We're all kind of wondering what kind of numbers are here. It's been huge. I say it's over 30,000. This is bigger. This is the biggest London protest out of all of them to date so far. I'm pretty sure of that. The numbers we had was enough to fill Trafalgar Square more than once, and the major protests filled it. And we've had more numbers than that, I think, from what I understand. But of course, the only people who really know are the police and the helicopters, but they're not going to be showing the footage or giving an honest report on the numbers. But you never know, they might do. They did with Extinction Rebellion, didn't they? But that's when the media were trying to prove how many people were there. The same with the Remain protest, which is the whole major difference between approved protests and non-approved protests. You can see the difference. Oh yeah, how you doing?
Wait round there.
You right?
Good to see you.
Where you're heading?
Down that way. Where's the action?
Now,
It's all looking very nice. It's all lovely down there.
Yeah.
everyone's at the park.
In the park, yeah. There's hundreds and hundreds
Another
went that way.
Loads,
Meeting, yeah. I just thought I'd come and see if there's what's happening.
We just got an arrest. I just got an arrest on PCD. But I filmed my own first on my phone, and then I did live.
So we're going to Loads theme park now.
Yeah, well, I'll probably catch you there and we'll catch up nicely. I'm just going to go and check
We need some
if there's any trouble here. Food. I bought some sandwiches. Oh, come after. We'll go somewhere after. Is there anywhere open?
No, we can get a takeaway and sit somewhere, can't we?
Yeah, exactly. We'll do that. There's a takeaway cafe open here in the park. As soon as you enter the park, and there's a little left. There's he's still open or was still open. Well, I'll catch you later. I'll go there.
There's a lot of people still there. So.
Yeah.
The police are being quite nice, actually.
I know this is what I keep saying. They've changed.
It's
they've
so
been
right
different.
today.
It's weird.
They've all right
Very
today.
different, yeah,
very
exactly.
different.
Is it because of that protest before? Yes,
This is-
100%.
we've- this
Must
is-
be that, hasn't it? Because of the women. Why the police are being so civil. It's got
Real civil
This is
today.
what you would have imagined, say, like a year ago. You would imagine.
You'd expect
All
that.
that stuff in
Yeah.
between is like a nightmare now.
Yeah.
I mean, no doubt. Crackdown.
They've been, just to say, it's
Now
real
that they've
basic.
been
But exposed because of the women. We were exposing happened before. But when I see people that arrest people, they actually led them away on their feet.
Yes.
With the arms just behind in front. It was none
They
of
just picked that guy up.
Oh, did they?
They picked him up. They picked him up and put him on his feet.
Okay, well that's
and that's good.
That's different.
Yeah, make them
And they
walk,
were
yeah.
listening to it.
They're carrying them like that.
Yeah, they did.
They did listen.
They did listen. Okay, because
Before they haven't.
no, they've been doing the opposite of listening. Yeah. I'll catch you up there. I won't be here for long, hopefully.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, see you in a little bit. Bye. Yeah, I think you might have heard that conversation, but those are seasoned freedom protesters saying exactly the same as I've been saying. The police have been softly today compared to the previous protests, which is good news, but everyone's wondering why. Is it something changed in the police force, or was it just what happened? Well, something has changed, but is it the change caused by the protest last weekend? So let's see if I can show you what we're entering here. Oh, I'm just turn the camera around. So we've got a couple of cavalry mounted policemen there, police hiding, waiting in vans. And we come in the square. We've got remnants of the protest. A lot of the protesters have moved to the park, St James's Park, but it's a hardcore holding out here. The police seem to be, they seem to be softly here, seem to be. There's something happening here. There's definitely an arrest happening, something. Let's see, they look like they're going pretty softly.
So we get arrested.
I told you, I'm allergic to doing man.
I'm pushed myself. So now I can't speak to you because I'm
Go home now. Please go home now.
So you're watching very civil behaviour here. Something like a conversation with the police. I think I feel like I just witnessed a bit of police PR there. Amazing. Something completely different going on here today.
Please make your way home. Lovely to see you.
And you? They just walked past us and said, "Can you make your way home?" And just walked away. It's completely different policing than what we've been witnessing. It's quite astonishing to see the complete and utter change.
You may be committing an offence by taking part in this gathering. It is necessary for you to disperse to protect public health. This is a lawful direction to each person in this gathering to disperse and return home. Failure to comply is also an offence, for which you may be liable to a fine and/or arrest and prosecution. This gathering is not exempt from the restrictions outlined in the regulations. You may be committing an offence by taking part in this gathering. It is necessary for you to disperse to protect public health. This is a lawful direction to each person in this gathering to disperse and return home. Failure to comply is also an offence, for which you may be liable to a fine and/or arrest and prosecution. This gathering is not exempt from the restrictions outlined in the regulations. You may be committing an offence by taking part in this gathering. It is necessary for you to disperse to protect public health. This is a lawful direction to each person in this gathering to disperse and return home. Failure to comply is also an offence, which you may be liable to a fine and/or arrest.
There's a young lad. He's been asked. He just came up there with that noise, and he's been asked nicely.
Outlined in the regulations. You may be committing an offence by taking part in this gathering. It is necessary for you to disperse to protect public health. This is a lawful direction to each person in this gathering to disperse and return home.
This is
Failure
surreal.
to comply is also an offence, for which you may be liable to a fine and/or arrest and prosecution. This
This is
gathering is
London
not exempt from the
2021
restrictions
Robocop.
outlined in the regulations. You may be committing an offence by taking part in this gathering. It is necessary for you to disperse to protect public health. This is a lawful direction to each person in this gathering to disperse and return home. Failure to comply is also an offence, for which you may be liable to a fine and/or arrest and prosecution. This gathering is not exempt from the restrictions outlined in the regulations. You may be committing an offence by taking part in this gathering. It is necessary for you to disperse to protect public health. This is a lawful direction to each person in this gathering to disperse and return home. Failure to comply is also an offence, for which you may be liable to a fine and/or arrest and prosecution. This gathering is not exempt from the restrictions outlined in the regulations. You may be committing an offence by taking part in this gathering. It is necessary for you to disperse to protect public health. This is a lawful direction to each person in this gathering to disperse and return home. Failure to comply is also an offence, for which you may be liable to a fine and/or arrest and prosecution. This gathering is not exempt from the restrictions outlined in the regulations. You may be committing an offence by taking part in this gathering. It is necessary for you to disperse to protect public health. This is a lawful direction to each person in this gathering.
Sorry guys, got problems with my
Failure to comply is also an This gathering is not exempt from the restrictions outlined in the regulations. You may be committing an offence by taking part in this gathering. It is necessary for you to disperse to protect public health. This is a lawful direction to each person in this gathering to disperse and return home. Failure to comply is also an offence, which may be liable to a fine and/or arrest and prosecution. This gathering is not exempt from the restrictions outlined in the regulations. You may be committing an offence by taking part in this gathering. It is necessary for you to disperse
So guys, it's going to walk away a bit to try and get this gimbal working. Hi. How you doing, good? Yeah, good, good. Same stuff. This is Trafalgar Square, that's Nelson's column, and the camera's stuck on it. So back here in the leftovers in Trafalgar Square, the protest. A lot of people have moved on to St James's Park. Police are playing a very softly presence here, asking people nicely to go away, chatting, being very, very unprovocative compared to how they have been before, where they've been flaring up on within a few words, you know, like move, then we've asked you to move, and if you hesitate, then arresting people, which is basically what's happened before. They're being much more softly, much more pleasant, much more what we'd expect of a police force, and much more what we'd expect of a police force during a peaceful protest, where no one is actually doing anything either wrong, other than going against the coronavirus regulations. We obviously
This gathering is not exempt from the restrictions outlined in the regulations. You may be committing an offence by taking part in this gathering. It is necessary to disperse to protect the public. This is not This gathering is not exempt from the restrictions outlined in the regulations. You may be committing an offence by taking part in this gathering. It is necessary to disperse to protect the public. This is
yeah, so the police are just doing a softly speak to everybody one by one approach.
This gathering is not exempt from the restrictions outlined in the regulations. You may be committing an offence by taking part in this gathering. It is necessary to disperse to protect the public. This is an important direction to each person in this gathering to disperse and return home. Failure to comply is also an offence, which may be liable to be fined and arrest and prosecution.
Yeah, I heard someone say there they love everyone's way, everyone's ignoring them. Yeah, people are just hanging around, watching. A few people mocking on the light side, but that's to be expected, because it is reasonably surreal. But the police are doing, I think, you know, they're doing a reasonable job here. They've got a problem, they've got a government that's putting these kind of crazy regulations or guidances based on false scientific data. So yeah, it's not like they've got an easy job.
So if you say to people, I know what he's dead. Look out. Have a nice day, love. You too. Thank you. See you later. He looks like thank you.
Oh, they're chasing down a guy they asked to leave. Yeah. Yeah. So there's not much to report on here. Police are playing it softly, which is great. They're being very patient. I'm just waiting for people to disperse and get bored. They're doing, not bad compared to what we've seen before. And the big question is that due to last weekend, or is there just a general mellowing? If you look down behind me here, there's so many police vans that are waiting. There's a whole street full of police vans there. They've got the people. You can see by the amount of high visitors there in Trafalgar Square, the police are kind of probably one-to-one now with the protesters that are left in terms of numbers. Yeah. It's just all. I'll tell you what this reminds me of. This reminds me of last orders in a pub. Where you've got. Oh, hang on, we've got cyclists upgrades. Haven't seen them before. That was the Metropolitan Police on bikes. Now, what I was just saying, what this reminds me of is a typical British pub at 20 past 11 on a Saturday night back in the old days when they'd be doing last orders, trying to kick everyone out, and everyone's going, yeah, okay, just 2 minutes, yeah, okay. And the poor barman's come round going, can you please finish your drink, you've got to leave. And everyone's going, yeah, we'll go. And a few people going, just getting bored now, saying we're going to go, so let's get up and go. And eventually about 12 o'clock, they get to close the doors. That's kind of what this looks like. So it's friendly, it's easy going. They chase. The reason I was laughing before, they chased one guy off. Because they said, we told you to leave, and he started running away. They were like chasing after him, but they just let him go. So it's literally like you've been naughty for chasing. The guy was laughing, and then as soon as the police saw he was actually moving away, they left him. So it's completely different from the horrific violence we've seen before, and the horrific way of arresting people, which is something from the, something born of the Israeli occupational forces. I get shot for saying that, but in a way they've obviously been trained to deal with the freedom fighters who try and repel them. It won't do me any favours getting political on this, but I think that's where that training came from, because it's crazy what we were saying. Kind of people who were just standing their ground in a peaceful protest, getting jumped on by 6-7 police officers, making a turtle shell over them, so you couldn't actually see the person underneath, and another 16 officers around to fend off the public and to stop us filming. You couldn't actually see what was happening to the people. And as we know, I filmed back in the 19th of September, filmed a teacher being made unconscious, never been arrested in his life before, and he got jumped by the police just for asking to catch his bus. He wanted to walk through the square, and they said no to him, and he goes, no, I'd like to walk through the square, because the square was empty. He said walk around it, and he goes, well, I really want to walk through the square because that's my bus over there and I don't know how to get around it. And that was it. That's why he jumped him. That's kind of a word-for-word account. And he was jumped by, total, what's it? It was over 20 police officers, and he was left unconscious. Now, in the old days, if someone just didn't do what a copper asked, the village constable asked, they'd get a clip round the ear and taken home if they were younger, or they'd get told off in a certain way, or if they were drunk and being disorderly, let's cool off in a cell for an hour. And that's where British policing has been for forever, for a very, very long time. And why our police, which we're very proud of, don't carry guns, didn't carry guns. Most still don't carry guns, thank goodness, and don't need weapons. And seeing a truncheon pulled out is a very, very rare occurrence. And that's where we want our police. So what we've been saying for all this time, it's been shameful. It's been shameful to Britain. It's been shameful to Metropolitan Police and the police forces of the United Kingdom. The police have been behaving that way, and hopefully something somewhere has changed now, where we're getting better police behaviour. And of course we realise there's regulations that say you can't stand there, but we've all done our research, and we believe the regulations are based on false science, false data, and corrupt. And we're very sure of it, and we've got experts backing us up. It's not just a few, keyboard warrior activists. We've got top international experts, British experts, all saying everything's based on false data, which means all the regulations are based on false data, which means all these regulations and guidances don't have a leg to stand on, which means the police, they're all acting illegally. Anyway, we're standing up for the rights, and everyone here, fantastic. Thank you for everybody for watching. Thank you for the last live had 900 plus shares. So thanks very much for sharing that and getting this information out. And I hope that we're going to film more protests, because we've got to keep protesting until this finishes, until it turns around, and these protesters are getting bigger and bigger until it gets to the tipping point where everybody from the police realise it's their children, their wives, their families that are all suffering as much as everyone else. And we've got to stop this tyranny that's coming from the top, from very few people above the normal leaders of society that would believe this isn't Boris Johnson making these decisions. We're fooled to think that all the countries are behaving in the same way because they're all getting orders from the same place, hence the uniformity. But we can all fight back as individuals, we can all fight back as small towns, as cities, and create the change. And this is happening everywhere. I mean, I can't wait to get back home and see the protests in the footage from the protests in Germany, Denmark, Italy, Canada, Australia, around the world. Because this is happening, these protests are happening everywhere today. Hey, how you doing, mate? You alright? Alright, hang on, just doing live. I'm just going to swap the camera around so I don't film you all. Hi.
My cousin Jane.
Yeah, I have. I can barely walk.
Nice to meet you. My cousin Jane, and you're talking for you for bringing it forward. So yeah.
How you doing? Right. Mark, alright? Yeah. So how you been? You've been on?
We've not been up long, but I've been
This one's got Labour!
just got informed in hearts with my collective Jane.
Good day for a good protest. Huge. It's the biggest protest I've ever so far. So it's 30,000 plus, and it can easily be way, way bigger. Exactly. That's the big difference. This is the people protest. This is the people protest.
They know it.
Yeah, that's the difference.
They didn't have a chance.
So this is a certain group. You can't. This little snake didn't have a head. It's all individual. It's not a few leaders you can take out. There's no central location.
I was getting really jealous. I was really bad FOMO. Yeah, it was good. Oh no, wasn't it? Come on. Jane was crying at home watching nothing.
Yeah. Well, we had such a good response from all the people along the streets. You could see the difference before. Like in length of Oxford, half of Oxford, you might get one person beaten. this time everyone was beeping, and the bus drivers, and when you see the bus drivers and all different kind of backgrounds, all opening the window, not just beeping, but opening the windows and shaking the hands of hundreds of people, that shows they haven't got the fear. And they're front-facing, they're front-facing people, yeah, so everyone's going to go, if the bus driver ain't scared, yeah. Look how many people he meets in a day. Is it? Good. Yeah. And this is, and what's so special about today, you know the magic, don't you? This is spring equinox started at 9:37 this morning. And we've got to do this for 3 days, non-stop, lighting candles, praying, meditating, whatever you want to think, just imagining a good future in your head. Because that's what they did to us last year, because they brought the lockdowns in on the equinox, so they were following pagan ritual. They announced it on the 23rd, brought it on the 26th, and I've tracked all the dates and proven it, and even predicted ones in the future, which blew me away. So suddenly you kind of hang on. Yeah, so this time it's our turn to play so magic back. Play many games. I don't quite know how the magic works, but all I know is that's what they're doing, and we could do the same.
I just followed Betty Totten and I just, you know.
Who's Betty Totten? Oh really? You have to show it to me. Yeah. Because I got told another one I've missed. You know, I've got that long list. There's one I've missed, and people said, "Oh yeah." And the date they first brought in masks, not you had to wear masks everywhere, but brought in masks was on the same date of signing of the Magna Carta. And it's just like. So what? Oh. So the advertising works. My guy came up to me, he asked me about it. Yeah. They get it on Amazon, Apple, Barnes & Noble, all of them there. You find it, all you have to do is put it in, it should turn up there. Well, you can use the smaller one, this Kobo. No, hang on. Do you want paper printed? Printed. You want e-reader one? A paper book. I've got to put it on my site, haven't I? Yeah, I've got to put it on my site because I'm printing them. There's 2 ways of printing them. One of the way is not Amazon, but then Amazon ends up sending that printed book as well. So that's the problem at the moment. So I need to give a way people can buy it. I'll do that. I'll put it on the website. Yeah, they've all gone that way. And Louise and yeah, so find them. Okay. Everyone went this way. I've got a flat. Yeah. You getting a drink? This is probably your last chance to get sustenance. Yeah, there's a place in bushes here if anybody needs the toilets. Right, I'm gonna end this one because. Yeah. Okay, so thanks everyone. We're just gonna try. I'm just gonna try and find some of the other protesters, but it seems to all be over now and quieting down. So I'm gonna sign out and just say thanks again. If anything exciting happens, I'll click on live. But do press that little bell by the video, so you get notified when I go live again. Because hopefully next weekend we'll have more protests. There's definitely jam in the parks. Look out for jam in the parks and local parks. It's musicians meeting in parks all around the country, all around Britain. It's a great little get-togethers there, very good energy, like summer festivals. So look out for jam in the park, and look out for my going live again from the next protest or the next jam in the park near me. Okay, thanks for watching, and thanks very much for sharing. Really appreciated all the support and all the messages. Thank you very much. Okay, bye for now.